Have you ever heard the saying, "A picture is worth 1,000 words"? Well, in today's story, a single video frame was worth a whole lot more. It was worth the truth, and it completely dismantled a carefully constructed web of lies in a courtroom. This is the incredible story of how one tiny detail, frozen in time, changed everything. It all started with a seemingly straightforward insurance claim. A driver, let's call him Mr. Smith, claimed he was the victim of a brutal hit-and-run. He described a terrifying scene. A large truck sideswiped his luxury sedan on a deserted road at night and then sped off, leaving him with significant damage. His story was detailed, emotional, and on the surface, very believable. He had a police report, repair estimates totaling tens of thousands of dollars, and he was adamant about the sequence of events. The insurance company was skeptical from the start. The damage seemed odd. It didn't quite match the story of a high-speed sideswipe. But with no other witnesses and a convincing narrative, they were in a tough spot. Denying the claim without solid proof could lead to a massive lawsuit. This is where things get interesting. The insurance company hired a team of forensic investigators. They scoured the area for any scrap of evidence. They looked for public CCTVs, traffic cams, anything that might have caught a glimpse of the alleged incident. For weeks, they found nothing. The road was as deserted as Mr. Smith had claimed. It seemed like a dead end. The investigators were about to recommend settling the claim, feeling they had exhausted all options. But one investigator, a real details guy, had a nagging feeling. He decided to take one last look at the only piece of video evidence they had, the dashcam footage from Mr. Smith's own car. Now you might be thinking, wait, if he had a dashcam, wouldn't that solve everything? Not quite. Mr. Smith claimed the impact was so severe that it corrupted the video file right at the moment of the crash. The footage showed him driving along the empty road, and then suddenly it cut to black. The file was indeed damaged. The crucial moments were missing. It looked like another piece of evidence that supported his story of a violent collision. He even expressed frustration that the one thing that could prove his innocence had failed him. But this is where our persistent investigator's expertise came into play. He wasn't a video editor. He was a digital forensics expert. He knew that even a corrupted file can hold secrets. Instead of just trying to play the video, he decided to break it down. He treated the file not as a movie, but as a mountain of raw data. He meticulously went through the code frame by single frame. It was tedious, painstaking work like searching for a single grain of sand on an entire beach. He spent days analyzing the digital fragments. And then he found it. Buried deep within the corrupted data was one single, solitary, intact frame. It was captured a millisecond before the video file went black. It was blurry, distorted, but it was there, and what it showed was jaw-dropping. That one frame didn't show another car. It didn't show a speeding truck. It showed the interior of a garage. You could make out the distinct shape of a workbench, tools hanging on a pegboard, and a concrete floor. It was a perfect, undeniable snapshot of the car being stationary, inside a building, at the exact moment it was supposedly being sideswiped on a dark, deserted road. The game was up. This single frame was the digital smoking gun. It proved that Mr. Smith wasn't on the road at all. The hit and run was a complete fabrication. Armed with this irrefutable proof, the investigators re-examined the damage to the car. Suddenly it all made sense. The scrapes, the dents, the broken mirror, they weren't consistent with a moving collision. They were consistent with the car being deliberately damaged while parked. The investigators pieced together what really happened. Mr. Smith, likely in his own garage, had staged the entire event. He probably used tools, maybe even another object, to inflict the damage himself, creating the illusion of a sideswipe. He then drove to the deserted road, stopped, and intentionally corrupted his own dashcam file to erase the evidence of his fraud, thinking no one could ever recover it. When confronted in court, the change in Mr. Smith's demeanor was dramatic. His lawyers had built their entire case around his tearful, compelling testimony. But when the prosecutor displayed that one, single, grainy frame on the big screen for the jury to see, the courtroom fell silent. You could see the color drain from Mr. Smith's face. There was no explanation. How could he be in his garage and on a deserted road at the same time? His story crumbled into dust. The web of lies he had so carefully woven was torn apart by a single pixelated image. He had planned for everything except for the one investigator who refused to give up and the one frame that refused to be deleted. This case wasn't just about one fraudulent claim. It became a landmark example in the world of digital forensics. It showed how powerful even the smallest piece of digital data can be. In our modern world, we leave digital fingerprints everywhere, from our phones, our computers, to the dash cams in our cars. And sometimes, those fingerprints can tell a story that words try to hide. The investigator who found the frame became a bit of a legend in his field. His persistence paid off, saving the insurance company a huge payout and exposing a calculated deception. It's a powerful reminder that the truth often lies in the details. And in the digital age, those details can be hidden in the most unexpected places. So the next time you hear a story that sounds a little too perfect, remember the case of the phantom hit and run. Remember that sometimes the most compelling evidence isn't a long, elaborate video, but one single solitary frame that speaks the undeniable truth. It's a testament to the fact that no matter how sophisticated a lie is, a tiny piece of truth can bring it all crashing down. What an incredible story of technology and good old-fashioned detective work coming together. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true stories. Let me know in the comments what you think. Could you ever have imagined one frame could do so much? See you in the next video.